Alright everyone, and thank you very much for joining me today in my latest episode. Got a packed show for you today. Got 4 talking points that we can all discuss in this episode. Got Jurgen Klopp being linked with the German managerial post if Joachim Low is obviously going to be quitting after their shock exit in the World Cup. Got a bit of Trent news coming out as well in this episode. And obviously the Simon Mignolet coming from the Times. We can talk about that. His impending departure, potentially. We can talk about that in this show. Be a huge talking point, definitely in the comment section below, everyone. And obviously for a bit of Fabinho news and a bit of Naby Keita news later on as well. So if you're interested in that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video. You're absolute legends. And yeah, let's get stuck into the news, everyone. So firstly, we'll go off Trent Alexander-Arnold. As you can see there, his tweet after his very first senior appearance for the English national team. What a cracking display by the young lads, and every single red around the world was made up to see Trent fully deserves from the season he's just had. Champions League final, obviously Kieran Trippier getting ahead of him in the last 2 previous games for England. But it's great for England that we've got 2 high-class players in Kieran Trippier and Trent Alexander-Arnold playing and vying for that right-back spot. So I tell you what, for Liverpool, it's amazing because we've got, hopefully, Klein comes back to full fitness and we've got a wealth of competition in that right-back spot. Everyone, let me know who you'd play first choice right-back, but I'm pretty sure we already know who it should be. And for me, it's going to be Trent for next season. I think Jurgen should go ahead with keep on selecting him, or maybe potentially just bring him out for a little bit, not for like anything, not he's done anything wrong, but just really in terms of managing such a young player, whether or not he's a Scouser or he's from London or wherever, that doesn't really matter. It's about managing expectations, and Jurgen Klopp is the best manager in the European game to manage young players. Just really to say to Trent, right, you've had your experience this whole of last season at the Champions League. I don't mean like exile him for a long time, just bring him out with the firing line just for a bit, just to give him a little break, and then hopefully give Kleiny a couple of games to get under his belt and really create that competition between those two, because I think it'll be really key going into next season. But from Trent, as you can see from his excitement there and his amazement just from that tweet, what an experience it was making my World Cup debut. Gutted not to get 3 points, but we now look forward to the last 16. Come on, England. Trent, you are a lion, and you were last season. And everyone, let me know your thoughts on that. Would you personally not drop Trent, but maybe just bring him out for a slightly bit next season? But obviously, bring him in, because he is our first choice right back. For me personally, I want to know who your first choice right back is. But it's great, because gone in the days of having... It depends where you sit with Glenn Johnson. For me, defensively, he was so poor. Obviously, going forward, Glenn Johnson was far better in his game, but you've got the likes of Nathaniel Klein and Trent now compared to what we had over the last 10 years. No disrespect to Finnan or the other lads that played right back, but these 2 lads in Kleiny hopefully comes back fully fit. It'd be interesting to see where he is in terms of Jurgen Klopp's pecking order in terms of this squad, but he was involved in the Champions League squad, not used, because obviously after January, Jurgen did include him in the provisional squad after January, so that was interesting, everyone. But let me know your thoughts on that. Trent, the absolute legend, and well played on getting your very first, obviously, international tournament game under your belt. There's going to be plenty more from where that's come from if you carry on your performances, lad. So, absolute legend. We're going to the second story now, everyone. Obviously, this comes from the Liverpool Echo. Jurgen Klopp is favoured to replace Joachim Low should he leave Germany this summer. Everyone, let me know your thoughts on this. For me, from a German point of view, Jurgen, this is his dream job. But as we've seen over the tenure of Jurgen Klopp, when he has been at Mainz, when he has been at Dortmund as well, he really fulfills his project. He stays at his project until the very last day. But it's going to be interesting, really, if Jurgen Klopp does get offered the German job. Do you think he could potentially not walk out on Liverpool, but It's his highest as a manager. He's a German. He's getting offered the national team job. Joachim Löw is still in charge. Not saying he's left, but the German FA and the German fans have not been very at all. They've been displeased in terms of their performances. And as an England fan, and you looked at that German team, and it was sharp contrast to what when they won the World Cup. It was completely different. So they need a change up in their managerial setup by the looks of it, or they could go with another 4 years with Joachim Löw. But let me know your thoughts on that. But it's going to be a test. If Joachim Löw does leave Germany and German FA do come after Jurgen Klopp, it's going to be a real test for Liverpool Football Club to see how much they can keep hold of Jurgen Klopp in terms of him at our football club. We want him to stay for as long as possible, but you've got to be putting yourself in Jurgen Klopp's shoes. Obviously, this opportunity might not come around, but Jurgen's only still young anyway, so I'm pretty sure he'll stay to the end of his contract at Liverpool, and hopefully Jurgen stays for another 20, 30 years, but that's unrealistic in terms of how managers work now in today's football and madness that it is, everyone. But let me know your thoughts on that. Going into the next story as well now, obviously Simon Mignolet, this coming from The Guardian. Simon Mignolet set for talks over Liverpool future after World Cup. This is another goalkeeping debate which we've all been talking about on our channel as Liverpool fans. If you're in the pub, if you're speaking to your mates, the number one priority position for Liverpool this season is the goalkeeping spot, and Simon Mignolet must be counting his chickens really in terms of if Liverpool are actively pursuing a goalkeeper. You're telling me that you wouldn't know if Liverpool are pursuing a goalkeeper. He'd be the first to know, and the goalkeeping union in terms of what is that, every club, they're not stupid. They'll know that if Liverpool are going for an Oblak, if they're going for an Alisson. So Mignolet, he's been at the club for a very long time now, and it's about time for me personally. I hope he does move on for his sake, really, because I can't see him getting into Liverpool's first team. He's been given too many opportunities, and rightly so, he deserves those opportunities, but when he's been put under real pressure at this football club, he hasn't really delivered. And obviously we've had finals, and Karius is another player that falls into that category. He's only had one bad game in terms of his Liverpool career, but when you're at a high club and of the calibre of Liverpool, Real Madrid, United, City, Real Madrid, Barca's, Bayern's, Juventus's, all these top clubs, it can absolutely shatter a player's career if you have one bad game. And I'd love nothing more, and every single one of us as a fan would love nothing more than Karius to bounce back and really grab Liverpool's first team jersey for the goalkeeping position by the horns and make it his for the next 10, 20 years. But realistically, will that happen? And will Liverpool and Jurgen give Karius that spot? So everyone, it's very interesting. And Mignolet, if Karius is given a chance, Mignolet is not really going to be getting first team football in which that's what he wants. So will he go back to Sunderland, or will he go back to another Premier League team? There'll be a whole host of teams after Simon Mignolet. He's a good goalkeeper at a mid-table team. And really, when we brought him in all those years ago, I personally didn't even have a clue who he was. Obviously, I was looking at more of a Begovic around that time. That was when Begovic was absolutely at the peak of his powers in terms of his ability. Hasn't really progressed. He's been quite similar to Mignolet. They've really stuck at the same level in terms of their quality. But let me know your thoughts on Simon Mignolet, where you see him going and all that. Going on to one of the last two stories. Jetting in, Fabinho's landed in Liverpool to start his Reds career. So this is amazing that we've got Fabinho coming into the squad now. If you didn't see it today, there's been a video, I'll leave it in the description as well, of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain welcoming Naby Keita into the changing rooms. The medical staff and the technical staff were all showing Naby around the facilities at Melwood. They showed him his locker. They said, right, obviously, they give him a little locker, but it didn't even have the number 8 on as well. So I cannot wait to see Fabinho, and it's amazing that we've got these two fresh players around the club, and the quality of them, I think, come the first day of training and the first pre-season game, it'd be amazing, and it'd be scary to see that midfield scary in a good way, if you get me, because it's an excitement scary, if you can put it that way. Where it's going to be amazing when we've got two of those players of such high quality. It would have took Fabinho out of that Monaco team. Everyone in Europe would have been chasing him, like Jurgen Klopp said, and everyone was chasing Naby Keita as well. And we're going to the next story, the last and final story. If you haven't seen it as well, obviously Mohamed Salah's address was linked on social media, and Mo responded in the best way Mo does, and he went outside and he didn't passed him away in Egypt anyway. He's back in his homeland and he's very much celebrated with his fans. He signed a load of autographs and everything. Top man Mo. It was amazing. It's madness how his address got leaked anyway, but it's another sign of the absolutely humble human being in which Mohamed Salah is as well anyway. But thank you very much for joining me today on my latest episode, everyone. Thank you very much for joining. And if you're new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And there'll be plenty more content coming out very daily. I've got loads of pack shows, live shows, debate shows, call-in shows as well with all my fellow subscribers. So if you want to get involved, stay tuned on the channel and I will be releasing more information on how to get all involved in all those shows in the coming days. So you're absolute legends and I'll see you in another video, everyone. Cheers.